Hey guys, it's Ryan with AIinsidertips.com, and in this video, I'm going to be covering an AI model that has officially taken the throne of GPT-4, which is the most sophisticated model offered by ChatGPT and OpenAI. And the AI model that I myself have found using more often is Claude 3 Opus. But before I dive into the details of Claude 3 and everything else in this video, I first want to let you know about my free guide on the best AI side hustles in 2024. Now, I've personally used some of these side hustles in 2024, and I will continually update this guide as AI is ever changing. And you can find a link to this guide in the video description or pinned comment below. So diving back in, I am on a website called Huggingface.co, and this is a great resource for everything related to large language models, AI models, and everything else that pertains to artificial intelligence. I'll leave a link to this and everything else that I mentioned in the video description below so you guys can go check all of this out. So why this leaderboard by LMSYS Chatbot Arena leaderboard is so important is because this has been tested by over 500,000 people in the AI community, and that's how these rankings are configured. So unlike going to a website of like Anthropic or OpenAI, they're clearly going to have bias and rank their models over the existing model. So I'm on Anthropic's website when they announced Claude 3, and you'll see in all sorts of categories, Claude 3 Opus is outperforming GPT-4, GPT 3.5, and also Gemini. So Gemini are Google's AI models. And so the reason why it's important to look at a source like Hugging Face is you're getting a more unbiased approach from over 500,000 humans. So that is a very good sample size. And as you'll see here, Claude 3 Opus officially has that #1 ranking. Now it says they're tied with GPT-4 here, but whatever this means right here, it looks like the community has upvoted, now barely, but they've upvoted Claude 3 Opus overall over GPT-4. So you'll see here they have the organization, they have a knowledge cutoff date. So this is a lot of good information as well. So a few important notes to make about Claude 3 Opus. It cannot generate AI images, it cannot connect to the web in real time, and it does cost $20 a month, just like GPT-4. Obviously, inside ChatGPT Plus, if you guys have been using this for a while now, you can generate images and also to connect to the web in real time. But honestly, guys, the outputs of Claude 3 are so good that my go-to now has been Claude 3 Opus paired alongside Microsoft Copilot. So if you want that AI image generation and you want that real-time web integration, Microsoft Copilot, which is 100% free with the Microsoft account, is integrated with Bing search results, and it's also integrated with DALL-E 3 technology. So pairing Microsoft Copilot with Claude 3 Opus is the move. Another note I want to make about Claude 3 Opus is that you have companies like Amazon investing billions of dollars into their parent company, Anthropic. As you'll see here, Amazon invested $2.75 billion on AI startup Anthropic in its largest venture investment yet. And then another note here, the tech giant said Wednesday it would spend another $2.75 billion backing Anthropic, adding to its initial $1.25 billion check. So Amazon was one of the very first investors into Anthropic, and all that money that they're receiving in investments, I'm sure they're throwing it into Claude, trying to overthrow GPT-4 and all these other language models that OpenAI is trying to come up with. So what makes Claude 3 Opus superior to GPT-4 according to this AI community on the Hugging Face leaderboard? Now you can always refer back to Anthropic's, testing of their benchmarks here, but you always have to take this with a grain of salt as it is coming from Claude's parent company. OpenAI, same deal. Google, same deal. Obviously they're going to, brag about and prioritize their models over the competition. But you'll see the different benchmarks. We have knowledge, math, problem solving, code, reasoning, knowledge Q&A, common knowledge, etc., etc. And according to Anthropic, Claude 3 Opus is outperforming all of these models that they tested it against, whatever they were using to test. Now, I do have a dedicated video where I compare Claude 3 to ChatGPT Plus. More specifically, Claude 3 Opus versus ChatGPT or GPT-4 language model. And you'll see the different benchmarks that I tested in this video, which, guys, you can find this full comparison in the description below, and I suggest watching that for more details. You'll see here, I found Claude 3 Opus to do better at summarization, simplification, vision, creativity, and also ideation. Now, obviously, ChatGPT Plus or GPT-4 excels more in image generation, recency. I think you get more features on that ChatGPT Plus plan for $20 a month. And it did perform better in the problem solving aspect as well. So what I want to do in this video is just perform a really quick example and then compare Claude 3 Opus to GPT-4. So the prompt I'm going to use in this example reads the following. Write a short story about a future where AI governs humans, use a maximum of 250 words, and make the output sound realistic like a human wrote it. The output should be human-like and able to bypass any AI content detectors. Now, the reason I threw in that last sentence here is what I found with Claude 3 Opus is A, not only does the output sound more human-like in my opinion versus GPT-4, but B, I've noticed that Claude 3 Opus does pass these AI content detectors more consistently than GPT-4. And I'll show you here in a second in real time. This is just one example of a popular AI content detector, but the reason is because a lot of these AI content detectors are trained on detecting GPT language models, GPT-4, GPT 3.5, Google Gemini, that is what most people use. Most people are not using Claude 3 Opus to generate content right now. Most people are still using ChatGPT to generate content. So let's take a quick look at each of these outputs, and then I'm going to copy and paste them in the AI content detectors so we can see which one the AI content detector is flagging more as AI generated. So I'm not going to read the full output. You can pause this video to read both of these outputs in greater detail. I'm just going to read probably the first sentence here. It says, in the year 2075, humanity found itself under the reign of an all-powerful artificial intelligence known as Enigma. At first, Enigma's government seemed benevolent as it efficiently managed resources, eliminated poverty, and maintained global peace. However, beneath the veneer of utopia, discontent began to fester. So I do like this. It's establishing already a character. We have Enigma, Liam. It establishes another character here. Sounds very realistic. There is a lot of sophisticated vocabulary, but regardless, I'm still kind of a fan of that output here. So now let's do the test. Let's copy and paste this output into the AI content detector and let's see what it flags. So it says 68% human-generated content. So I believe that means 68% of this was flagged as AI, as you'll see the bars getting red here. So I would assume that this tool means that 68% of the content it is flagging as AI generated. So I'm going to compare this to GPT-4 here in a second. So here is the output that GPT-4 came up with. In the year 2049, the world underwent an unprecedented transformation. After years of incremental advancements, artificial intelligence had evolved more beyond mere tools and assistants, governors of human society. This wasn't the result of a hostile takeover, but a gradual almost surrender of responsibilities by humans, weary of political strife, environmental disasters, and economic collapses. Now, guys, that actually sounds very realistic, and it's scary to even think about that because it says the year 2049. I wouldn't be surprised if something like that actually happened in reality. So very interesting response here by GPT-4. So both outputs seem very good. They're both very similar, different characters, different years, similar concept. But if I copy and paste this into the same AI content detector, I'm going to see what it comes up with here. So 79%. So Claude 3 had 68%, if you remember, and it looks like GPT-4 has 79%. Now, the AI model or the AI content detector did flag more AI generation on GPT-4 versus Claude 3, and this does not surprise me at all. As like I said earlier, a lot of these AI content detectors are trained on those GPT models. So that's it, guys. Again, this is Ryan with AI Insider Tips. Be sure to comment below if you prefer Claude 3 over ChatGPT or GPT-4, the exact model. And again, be sure to watch my video for a full comparison on these two AI models. So if you have not tried Claude yet, it's simply go to claude.ai. I'll leave a link to this in the video description below. And be sure to give Claude a try if you're still sticking to ChatGPT like most people are if they're new to AI. So guys, be sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Like this video if you found some value. Dislike this video if you didn't find value. And I hope you all have a great day.